use the basic technique and then be able to extend it slightly so as to give you something that you'll be able to do at home and also challenge you a little bit. And you could say, hey, I could do that, and then develop a dish of your own. Now, that's great stuff when that happens. Okay, this is where I do the numbers thing, and that's where we look at the grams of fat and all of that sort of stuff. And can I take a moment just of your time just to show you this? If we just were to take the human head for a moment, and were to sort of put a little dotted line down there, we've got two sides to our brain, and it seems to work really rather well. There's the left hand and the right hand side. On the left hand side one here is the logic stuff. Somebody said, well, you see, I know that my wife, Trina, by the way, my wife's name is Trina, has high cholesterol. Therefore, a lot of saturated fat and cholesterol is not very good for her. So my brain is totally alert to the fact that I want to know how many grams of fat and cholesterol there are, for her sake. So, I mean, that's logic. It also says the word to me, care. To care about somebody. All right. Now, the right-hand brain, on the other hand, is, oh, it's into that good stuff. You know, it smells things, it's creative, it does all these wonderful things. It really wants to please. That's the way I look at it, anyway. So, we call it please. And so that makes up this word minimax in what we're going to do. We minimize risks because we care, and we maximize the flavors of things because we want to please. So that's the reason why we get both sides of our heads together. All right, this is the first one. So we're going to look at a technique of actually taking a lot of fat out of a dish and replacing it with an ingredient with no fat in it whatsoever and getting depth, because depth is so important when you're doing casseroles and stews and sauces of that nature. Ready for it? Okay, let's have a go. Right. And having said we're going to take fat out, fat in, first of all, just half teaspoonful. It looks a little lonely in there, but that's just as much as I need. Now, thank you, getting a crackling reception. This whole technique really revolves around one ingredient, which is supposed to match my shirt. And this is a low sodium, and you look for these words on it. Check it out that it is. Tomato paste. That's a highly concentrated tomato product. And what this is called is the Maillard reaction. And you'll see the Maillard reaction almost immediately as just stop it down in there. What happens is, in that hot pan, there are two things beginning to start to work together. There are a whole bunch of what's called amino acids, which sort of form protein in that as it's whizzing around, and there are